Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Cooper and welcome back to SIS Film Breakdowns. With the NFL Draft now squarely behind us, we thought it best to take a look at some receivers who will be reuniting with their college quarterbacks. In part one of this two-part mini-series, we'll look at Jaylen Waddle and Tua Tagovailoa, formerly of the Alabama Crimson Tide and currently with the Miami Dolphins. After the Dolphins selected Tua in the first round of the 2020 draft, Miami selected Waddle in the first round this year. The Dolphins will have a new offensive coordinator in 2021 after Chan Gailey resigned, marking the fifth straight season Miami has had a new OC. The Dolphins promoted tight ends coach George Godsey and running backs coach Eric Studesville to be co-OCs in 2021. Godsey is the only one with previous OC experience, as he was with the Texans in 2015 and 2016. While they're likely to bring some new updated looks to the offense, they still plan to keep the base of what they ran in 2020 and continue incorporating RPOs into the system, which is something Tua and Waddle are both very familiar with. We're going to run through the routes Waddle ran most during his time at Alabama and see how that should fit into Miami's offense. Let's first look at Waddle from the national championship game from this past season, with him running an out route. He's at the top of the screen on the line as the number 2. He takes a clean outside release, then uses his speed and acceleration to get vertical. Now once he gets on the toes of Shaun Wade, Waddle breaks out. Waddle does a smart thing here and comes back to the football since the ball is late coming from Mac Jones due to some pressure and escaping from the pocket. He makes a good catch here near the sideline for a first down here. Now let's take it back to the 2018 SEC Championship game against Georgia and see Waddle working together with Tua. Waddle is again the number 2 to the right of the offensive formation. At the snap, he uses his speed again to get into his route quickly. He runs a soft dig here to make a strong catch in between the second and third levels of the defense. Tua throws a great level 2 ball here, and Waddle is able to bounce off the first hit and avoid another defender before gaining a few more yards and finally being taken down. Let's shift to the 2019 National Championship against Clemson. We talked about how the Dolphins plan to keep incorporating RPOs into their system, and this is one Tua and Waddle ran a couple years back. Waddle is in the slot to the right and will run a slant on the RPO. Tua reads Simmons crashing at the snap, so he pulls and hits Waddle quickly on the slant. Obviously, this isn't a big play and only gains about 5 yards, but these will open up the running game and big runs will start to open up these slants for bigger gains. Plus, this was a good defensive play here by Clemson to limit the short game. Now let's watch a very similar look from Tua and the Dolphins last year against the Bengals. Instead of all slants like the Bama play, the number 2 runs a flat, and once Tua reads the defender run with him, he knows Bowden has an opening on the slant. Tua delivers a good ball and Bowden makes a strong catch here before getting popped quickly. Again, it's not a huge play, but a strong 9 to 10 yard gain and a first down on the play. Plays like that will be something Waddle is very familiar with and can easily step in and be effective in the Dolphins' offense. We just looked at 3 of the routes Waddle ran most often during his time at Alabama: slants, outs, and digs. When pulling his career numbers on those 3 routes, Waddle hauled in 30 of 40 targets for 564 yards and 3 touchdowns, with over 250 yards coming after the catch. To give context on his 14.1 yards per target, if he averaged 14.1 in 2020, he would have ranked 4th in the country. Now if we take a look at those routes run by Dolphins receivers last year, it's clear they run them a lot with just average production. The 149 routes run ranked 10th in the NFL. Their 1,021 yards was 14th, and the 5 touchdowns was tied for 11th. The big number comes in the drops category, where they tied for the 6th most with 13. Waddle's skill set and previous experience with Tua and these route types suggests he should make a seamless transition into Miami's offense and give Tua a familiar and consistent target for 2021 and beyond. One more similarity between what Waddle did at Alabama and Miami's offense is the use of jet and loop motions. Just counting targets when in these motions, not all the times they use this motion. Waddle was targeted 9 times during his career, while the Dolphins targeted these receivers 11 times in 2020, which ranked them tied for 11th most in the league. Waddle's speed and playmaking ability is arguably among the elite before he's even stepped onto an NFL field, and the use of jet and loop motions, whether it's as a run or pass play, to create mismatches and get the ball into his hands quickly should provide him many chances to succeed early on in his career. The 2021 edition of the SIS Football Rookie Handbook is out now, so make sure to go get your copy if you haven't already. You can also register for a free trial on the SIS DataHub to see all of these stats and more for every player, and also tune in each week to the Off the Charts podcast. Be on the lookout for part 2 of this mini-series next week as we focus on another big-time college quarterback-receiver duo reuniting in the NFL. Thanks for watching SIS Film Breakdowns.